Hey y'all, what's up? Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe button. Mahogany Sweets coming to talk to y'all about this Master PC murder situation. I believe it's some dirt in the water. The water ain't clean. Master P hands ain't clean. And I'm going to tell you why I think this. So Kim Kardashian and Monica done teamed up trying to get C Murder free from prison. I think he ain't been in there 19 years now. I'm about to hit on 20, right? That is a landmark of even number completion of 2 decades come next year. So, and I'm gonna tell you why I say that. So anyway, Master P comes out doing videos seeming very angry and disgruntled and upset that his brother is about to be free and that it is Kim K and Monica helping him to become free. So he makes statements saying that Kim K clout chasing, so is Monica, that he hoped their hearts is in the right place trying to get his brother free and all of that. And that was just shocking to me. That's strike number one that was against him for me. Because I look at it, if I had a loved one in prison and someone was trying to help them get free, I don't give a damn what reason it's for. You can clout chase your ass off, get publicity, all that. If it's going to get my loved one free, I'm going to sit back and more power to you. Do your thing. So that had kind of threw me off. Like, okay, yeah, you can side out. I'm like, okay, these chicks ain't shit. But I would still be happy and excited. Like, hey, but this can work in my brother's best interest. This could get my loved one home. So why are you tripping and you mad and focus on the fact that you feel that they just publicity whores? That shouldn't matter to you if it can benefit your family. So I ain't rocking with that. Then the other things that he was mentioning, he went on talking about my brother. He made books. He said things about me that wasn't true and all of this. Now I had said I was gonna go and look up when those books were released, what exactly was in them that he's talking about, but I didn't because I'm lazy. But I'm assuming that that would be past tense. Because then he also went on to say, I'm not coming to see you anymore and the ATM is cut off. If your brother had made these books, which I said I didn't go do the research, but I assumed that that was past tense, which means that with all those lies in these books that you have put out that you supposedly had a problem with, you have still been going to go see him and pay money on his books up until now. So why are you holding that against him now as your reason for why you are done with him? That was strike number two against Master P for me. Because if that had any real weight or truth to it, then you would have made that decision in that call back then. So he also went on and mentioned talking about, I have been trying to get my brother out for years. It's not that easy. It's not that simple. I paid for lawyers and all of this. Okay, cool. My thing is this, if you, because there's some people was even in comments off videos that I watched, stating that like, well, Kim Kardashian is white. It's white privilege just gonna benefit her because right, Master P got money, so he could have been gotten his brother out, except for the fact that he's black, so that's what held him up. That is straight bullshit. In some instances, yes, that could play a factor, but when you're talking about law and you being a millionaire and having the finances to buy, employ great lawyers, biggest lawyers, that wouldn't be a factor, your race, the fact that she's white and you're a black man. Because you have the money to go and buy you an Ashkenazi Jewish man to represent your brother who already has connections with judges and DAs and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm not rolling with that. So for me, that was strike number three. I personally feel that Master P has not been trying to get his brother out of prison. I believe that Master P has been trying to give the perception to his brother as well as the public that he was trying to get his brother out of prison. But that's not the truth. I think that he's very content and has been very content with his brother being behind bars and has been happy to just pay money on his books and go and visit him. I think that C Murder, the veil had been lifted at some point where something exposed to him that truth, that his brother was not actually trying to get him free from prison. Because the other females we talking about, Kim K and Monica, they could have been got you out 18 years ago then. First off, you just said it wasn't that simple. So why now are you saying that it is that simple? If that was going to happen, they could have did this 18 years ago. That was the fourth strike against him. Because, first off, Kim K wasn't who she was. She didn't have as much clout, as much fame, as much money as she, or as many connections then as she does now. She was not in law then like she is now. So that didn't make sense. So even if Monica knew Kim K all the way back then, that wouldn't have benefited the situation, because Kim K wasn't into law and she wasn't the Kim K as we know her today. And then also, if you're trying to say that it would have been that simple back then for them two to do it, then it should have been that simple for you to do it if you were actually trying to. So that was the other strike that I had against him. I think what I'm seeing is Master P is scared. I think that he's upset and angry that his brother is about to be out of prison. Because that was the other thing. He kept saying stuff like, if he never would put on there, you're about to be out of prison. He kept saying, if they can get you out, if you get out, you should. And he kept referencing as that. And all of that energy that he had, along with the things that he was saying, was of a person who does not want this person to be out of prison. He wants him exactly there. And I think the reason why that is because I think Master P's success was contingent on his brother being in prison. And I think his brother's exit from prison is the deadline date. That's the pay up date. That is the chickens coming home to roost date. Which is why Master P is dead set again and upset and fidgeting around, going crazy at this very moment. Because, you know, now that's probably where y'all gonna think, oh, I'm off, I'm on some other stuff. But just, you know, just stay with me. Follow the yellow brick road. Most people in the industry, they make deals. And it's normally set up in increments of 5, 10, 15, 20. Master P's has been in the game how long? I know it's over 20 years. But like, let's say for example this. Most record labels like Cash Money had a 10-year reign, right? Then it went into YCMB, which also had a 10-year reign. You have Jay-Z and Beyonce. They had 10 years of 10-year reigns, right? Then just went on the other side of 20. Even the Kardashians, they had that 10-year range, and then they signed on another 10 years because they embarking on 20 years. So I believe that Master P's contract deal was a 20-year deal, and time his ritual sacrifice was his brother. It just wasn't a blood sacrifice, even though symbolically he did take his brother's life, because his brother did 20 years in prison, which is a life sentence. Y'all stay with me. I hope y'all stay with me. So I think that Master P is shaking in his boots right now, pissed and upset that the day now is near and has come that his brother will be being released and he will have to pay up. So I personally think by next year his brother will be out of prison. That will be the 20-year anniversary. That will be the deadline end of Master P's contract in a business. And what a lot of these celebrities do is when it starts getting near to the end, that's when they start trying to make atonements. The charities, the changing their life, the sending children to college, the turning over a new leaf, going to God and all that. So I think that over the last 10 years, that other half of his contract, that is what he has been trying to do. And now that the deadline date is here, he don't know what to do because he don't want to have to pay up for it. Let me think. There was some other things that I wanted to say about things. Oh, because this was the other thing that threw me off. Like I told y'all, this man got real angry, but I see fear behind that anger as well. He goes on to say, because now you took out this issue with your brother on a whole family, talking about that you done with your family, you ain't being an ATM for them anymore, which I do sympathize with him. I just want to let y'all know that certain things that he was saying in that video, I do understand and agree with a lot of people. They have us, especially if all of them come from poverty, they have a family member doing well for themselves. They do look at them and use them as an ATM. Doesn't mean they don't love them, but if they are without and you are the one who have, of course they're going to come to you and look for you to meet that financial need of or whatever. So okay, he said that he been being used as an ATM. That's a given. One of the other things you said right before that, which contradicted what you're saying now, is that you got on because you wanted to feed and be the one who was able to take care of your family, get y'all out of the hood. So why now are you flipping and saying, okay, well, they just using me as an ATM and I'm not giving them nothing now? Talking about I'm giving all my money to charity. I see now why millions, billionaires don't need their family nothing. They give it to charities and stuff. And I'm thinking, like, how is this coming from the lips of a man who got, like, what, 8 kids? And you're going to leave all your money to a charity and not give it to your kids. I don't care what my children do to piss me off. Fix and iron out those relationships. You are the, no, it's not matriarch, is it? You are the patriarch of this family. Iron out those issues with your loved ones. There's no way I'm going to work hard and not give what I've earned to my family. Yeah, there's going to be problems with that because those are the ones closest to you. But anyway, one of the other things that he had mentioned was that he felt his brother and other family members are ungrateful. And he was talking about how his brother thanked Kim and now Kim's his angel and all she did was send out a tweet and stuff. I think what he's failing to realize is when it comes to family helping you, sometimes it is easy to be ungrateful, but it's because it's expected. That's your blood. This is a job you owe to do. It's to a degree, right? So him thinking Kim was just a matter of, this is a woman that didn't have to look his way. This is a woman who didn't have to look at his case. This is a woman who don't know him from a can of paint, who he cannot benefit in any way other than just to be another number of someone on her portfolio of who she's gotten out of prison. But she is doing a great thing for him that she didn't have to do. And I think that's why he told her thank you. If you ain't heard enough thank yous, that shouldn't be the biggest problem. And the fact that he is coming to the place like he's trying to make this about all his family members, because he on one instance said, my brothers and sisters, my parents, my grandparents, uncles and aunties, we've all supported you. We all was doing everything for you. It was only us. First off, I looked at that like, I know that's a damn lie. Because guess what? Right. We talking about family. We all know family. All of your family ain't going to be there for you. You ain't going to get a phone call from all of them. You ain't going to get a visit from all of them. You ain't going to get no money from all of them. Because they live in their lives and don't think so. I looked at that like, okay, you're full of crap right there to say that all of y'all have been riding through this with him. That's not true. But, okay, whatever. But, so he was praising his family on one hand and trying to say how C Murder is being wrong towards all of them and ungrateful towards all of them. But then on the other hand, you distance yourself away from your family and try and say that all of them are cut off and that you're done with them. So I think part of this is also these buried bones that's about to come up and be exposed. He is lashing out at everyone, trying to alienate himself from everyone and trying to get ahead of whatever is about to be the trickle effect of C Murder being released out of prison. His day and time has come. That's how I look at it. What were some other things that he stated? Like he wanted to bring up the fact that Monica was married, just got out of a marriage, but oh, y'all been ride or die and all of this. And he was trying to do that to pit a blemish on Monica to say like, okay, when you was having an affair, why was you thinking about my brother when you've been married and did. That's weird. If y'all don't see the things that Master P is doing and saying, it's weird. And the way he's lashing out, the fact that C Murder, I believe, was like Monica's first love. The fact that she went on with her life, got married, had children, and all that, don't mean that that can still be your friend. Don't mean that she can't still care about his well-being. She can still care about his well-being and not even want to be with him again. But even if she does want to get back with him, she just went through a divorce, right? She might be thinking, what about the life that you could have had if you never had went to prison? So I don't see nothing wrong with that. Like, he's trying to use that as a slight against her. To me, that doesn't mean anything. Like, I didn't get that. Don't like that, what he did. But anyway, I didn't even write down the different stuff out of everything he was saying and out of the situation that I wanted to speak on, discuss. But I think that pretty much sums up what I was trying to say. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I personally think that Master P is very much knee deep involved in why his brother's in prison and why his brother has stayed in prison, and that he's pissed that his brother about to get out because his tenure then is up once his brother break out of them jail cells. Tell me what y'all think. Have a good day.